phase of moon. Third phase of moon.
Third phase moon, Blake Cousins. Welcome back, everybody from around the world. We've got an incredible UFO sighting coming out of Los Angeles, and then we're going to go to the red planet. There's something brewing underneath there. What the heck is going on? A phenomenon has sparked up again. Why now? Is there some kind of terraforming project going on? We've got a special report coming in from Goof on Radio. Richard Giordano and Doc Skinner's going to help us out on the mystery of the red planet and what's been happening over the past 48 hours. But let's get to this. The Los Angeles sighting, a fleet of UFOs captured by John Graff. Check it out.
I don't know what's going on here. It's about almost 9 o'clock at night on July 29th. Take a look, guys. There is some wild looking crap in the skies. Holy piss. Hold on. I'm gonna put my hat on backwards. I don't know what's going on. I hope these are in focus. Look at this. What the hell's going on here? Oh, please be picking this up. This is nuts. Look at that. God, I wish my neighbor was here right now. He comes out and watches for UFOs, but holy crap. Oh, he's not here. What the hell? Okay. Okay, this is creepy, guys. I don't know what's going on here. It's about almost 9 o'clock at night on July 29th. Take a look, guys. There is some wild looking crap in the skies. Holy piss. Hold on. I'm gonna put my hat on backwards. I don't know what's going on. I hope these are in focus. Look at this. What the hell's going on here? Oh, please be picking this up. This is nuts. Look at that. God, I wish my neighbor was here right now. He comes out and watches for UFOs, but holy crap. Oh, he's not here. I don't know what's going on here. It's about almost 9 o'clock at night on July 29th. Take a look, guys. There is some wild looking crap in the skies. Holy piss. Hold on. I'm gonna put my hat on backwards. I don't know what's going on. I hope these are in focus. Look at this. What the hell's going on here? Oh, please be picking this up. This is nuts. Look at that. God, I wish my neighbor was here right now. He comes out and watches for UFOs, but holy crap. Oh, he's not here. I'd zoom in, but being late at night like this, I don't know. It's probably going to blur it. Maybe not. I don't know. Take a look, but this is very odd. This is not Chinese lanterns flying over and all those things. They just showed up in a big wad here. Okay, this is a first for me. This is a fleet of something. Just to show you that there's a neighborhood down here and everything. Where do they go? Oh, God. Oh, they're over here now. Hope you can still see them. It's starting to get dim. I want to call them, but I'm filming this crap. Wow, what the hell?
Guys, what do you think? What do you think John Graff captured over Long Beach, California just a few days ago? I want to get your thoughts because John Graff has stated to me, I spoke with him on the phone earlier today, and he says these weren't drones, these were not Chinese lanterns, there was something else. And he states that he's a UFO summoner, and he was trained by a man named Robert Bingham in Los Angeles. And through Robert Bingham's techniques, that's how John Graff was able to summon these UFOs. That's what's going on here, Brent? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a great sighting. We've met John approximately 2 years ago. Actually, we're at an event, and John's a great photographer. He's got the big lens. He's capturing UFOs all the time. You should check out his channel. He's got an amazing array of UFO captures, but John absolutely kills it with this UFO video. It's absolutely stunning. Could they be drones? Definitely, but looking at these lights, you could tell that these objects or orbs are doing their own flight characteristics, which leads to me that they're not connected. What we're looking at is a fleet of something, and what they are is a big question.
And again, we're getting some close-ups on this. We're enhancing it, and John Graff did some great enhancement on this as well. And we got to roll out birds. So whatever this is, I'm hoping somebody else in Long Beach, California captured this. And if you have, send it to us right here at Third Phase Moon. We want to look at it. Important news. But let's go to the Red Planet. More updates coming in via Rich Giordano and Doc Skinner. Take it away, Doc. What's happening on the Red Planet?
Well, I have to say it's a pretty impressive video that was taken by the Mars Express, which belongs to the European Space Agency, the ESA. And its purpose is to do large elliptical orbits around Mars, scanning areas for the new rover that they, to find a landing area for their new rover that they're sending. So this camera will catch this in the morning hours, which is the best time to see these images. Now, when I first saw it, I'm thinking crash. Wow, something big exploded or something. Maybe a nuke, I don't know. But with further research, I came to find that the ESA is aware of this. This is a recurring phenomenon every season, this season in its orbit around the sun. And it is water particles, believe it or not, that create this cloud. Now, they say that it disappears within a few hours. But there's something that caught my eye that I would like to point out. I think it's either the third or the fourth image, you see a well-defined line between night and day right across the middle of Mars. Now, the line is not perfect. It's jagged, it's got bumps and stuff. Now that you can guesstimate, that's most likely mountain ranges, creating a little bit of a shadow. But what really caught my eye was that in one of these images, the third or fourth, I gotta pause it here, make sure I got it. It is an image that shows that line that's wiggly, but it's got a well-defined definition of the line, right? Of night and day. But there it is, I froze it. But if we look closely, we will see this mistiness above the sky, or the sun line, right? I'm looking at it thinking that's a very thin atmosphere. Those could be clouds. And you only see it for a brief moment where the sun is just at the right angle to catch it, as if though there were clouds at a very high altitude lighting them up, kind of like our sunsets and sunrises. That is what's got me most compelling, or got me most compelled on this video. Is, did we just discover possible atmosphere? I don't know. I don't know. Let us know. Tell me what you think. Tell us what you think here at Third Phase of Moon, and help explain this.
Now let's get to Rich Giordano. What's your thoughts on this bizarre phenomenon that just happened again on the Red Planet?
Okay, so this is interesting. Something happened on Mars. Great. I love Mars. It could be our second home in the future. Who knows? Activity, it looks like, to me, there's clouds on Mars. In the first frame you see here, you see what looks like, I don't know, like some sort of strip or a line of clouds or something. It kind of looks like that, grayish white. Then when you get further on in this video, you will see what looks like clouds or a plume of smoke coming out of what I believe is a volcano, because to the right you can see other volcanoes. I would have to say that this is a very tall volcano. When Mars has some atmosphere, I don't know how much atmosphere it has. I mean, could this be terraforming? Can you imagine if they're building terraformers on Mars, or maybe they were found, like in Total Recall? Maybe they turned them on. I know that's a little bit much, but what if they are terraforming Mars for the last 50, 60, 70 years? Who knows? And maybe we're able to see the atmosphere at higher levels create clouds. Just like lenticular clouds, when they go near a high mountain peak, the clouds swirl around, kind of looks like a disc shape. This is on another level because there's less gravity and different atmospheric conditions, so it's pretty cool though to see clouds on Mars this thick for that long. I don't know, it looks like a couple hundred miles maybe. But I'm, just following the video, going from right to left and seeing the other brown smudges, which are the volcanoes on Mars. I believe that's what this is.
We've got multiple UFOs that we'll be going over tonight. So the first video that was submitted to us via Discord came in from Daniel Whitaker. He says his niece captured something in the night skies hovering over their neighborhood. We're going to look at it, and the panel is going to be discussing of what they think of it along with other videos. Buckle up, everybody. It's going to get wild. Now let's roll the video.
Wait. Are you kidding me? You can't see that? What the heck is that? How can you not see that?
Oh, and the whole entire house smelled like gasoline.
No, let's talk about what's in the air right now. What is that, babe? Why are they writing information like that?
Carter? Mom, okay, is this true? Carter said that weird.
So we're looking at the video. Some people are already going to speculate that this could be the infamous TR-3B. The panel has begun. Let's just start it up. Paula from Los Angeles, what's your thoughts on this video?
The first photo that shows the three lights, to me that almost looks like a triangular craft. And I say that because normally the triangular craft that people see, it has a light on each point. I don't know if, this is just one of these objects in the sky, or if it's a few of them that came closer together. But if it's just one object and it has three lights on it, I think that's interesting because that could possibly be a triangular craft. I think it's highly likely that our government has this triangular craft, has backwards engineered it, because just the area that I saw it and just from what I've heard, it seems to me that's highly likely that our government has some of these. I mean, they already have triangular jets, triangular almost shaped jets. So I think that's highly likely. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would say these are drones just because of the formation they're flying in, but who knows? I mean, I can't really say just because it's not a super clear photo. And I don't blame whoever took this. It's nighttime.
Richard, what's your thoughts?
Hey guys, today we've got two videos. The first one I want to talk about is the one that's over the neighborhood that shows a series of lights blinking in synchronicity. And then towards the end of this video, they weren't blinking in sync. It's possible this was one craft that just seemed to be floating over the neighborhood, which would be very interesting because that happened in 1997 in Phoenix, Arizona, the Phoenix Lights, where there were several lights, 7 to 9 lights that just took the form of a boomerang shaped and flew silently over Phoenix. One of the biggest UFO sightings ever. But anyway, it's amazing to see it, but I have to say it. And I don't want to say it, but it could be drones. It could be drones. Didn't hear anything in the video that made me believe it was drones, but it's very possible it could be. I hate using the drones, but that's the life of ufology right now. Ufology is drones, balloons, and flares. So, could it be? Yes. Could it be a huge craft just hanging over some city, a neighborhood, inconspicuous to everyone else around, just sitting up there in the sky, just blinking away? What would be the intentions of this? Nobody knows, but it is interesting. I like the video, but I don't know what it is. Most likely it could be drones. I hate to say it.
Let's take it out to Arizona right now and go to Doc Skinner. Doc, what's your thoughts on this nighttime footage along with these photographs?
So I've looked at the photos that were submitted to Third Phase of Moon, of these photos and video that were taken in a suburban neighborhood. I like this. I like these videos because it's video and photos. Because the video, of course, it zooms in and out with autofocus, and it's trying to focus in on a street lamp instead of the objects in the sky. So that you know, it's still there. You see it, and you know she's struggling trying to get it. So God bless her. But the fact that there's photographs that go with this is awesome, and the photos I really, really dig. They show some like a little cornucopia of flavor of UFOs. You have what looks like possibly a TR-3B, and then you have a long row of lights, which we see in the video pulsating, and they seem consistent. Helicopters, drones, possibly. If they were helicopters, though, following FAA regulations, they'd have to have, you know, lights flashing, and these don't. They pulsate and they're white. They don't have the red or blue lights. So the other thing that's compelling is the images that are up higher above those lights. It's like two little clouds glowing, and I'm gonna open this up real quick. It's more of a square with four. It doesn't look like a triangle, more of a diamond, but it's, I don't want to say transparent. It looks like a square cloud with 4 bright lights on each corner. And then another one that's very faint next to it. Those are interesting. I'm interested in those too. But yeah, this looks like we got a TR-3B, a row of lights, and then this mystery thing at the very top. But what I really do appreciate is that they were able to get it with a camera and get snapshots, because of all of the light pollution on that street. You can tell you can't really see any stars, so it defines the phenomenon in the sky. So these are really, really cool. I don't know, it could be a drone, but I'm going to count out helicopters or regular aircraft. So we shall see.
Let's move it out to Los Angeles. I want to get your thoughts, Dr. J.
2 things caught my attention. First, the Phoenix Lights, 1997. It had a large boomerang-shaped craft, and you could see the lights And some people first thought they were individual craft, and then the people who were right underneath realized that it's one giant craft. Even though the lights are blinking in both the video and in the stills, my guess, TR3B. And TR3B is alleged to have anti-gravity mechanisms, which again comes from reverse engineered technologies. So mind-blowing technology, mind-blowing videos, and this is something I look forward to what the public out there has to say.
All right, Brent, what's your thoughts here? Is this the infamous TR3B?
It's pretty cool to have a panel actually go over these UFOs, and everyone's going to have their own different opinion, and that's what's great right here at Third Phase of Moon, getting the word out and actually making the rounds with their people, the team. My opinion on what this is something maybe connected, one large craft. If that's a possibility, it's huge. I would measure it the size of a football field, and there's been recent accounts of people actually eyewitnessing UFOs the size of football fields. Is this what we're looking at, or simply could they be dismissed as drones?
All right, let's get to our latest submission coming in. We have permission granted via a YouTube link. Let's just roll the video. The video is a bit shaky, but I was able to manage to stabilize it, get a little closer look at it. What the heck is this? I'm gonna get to the panel and get their thoughts. We're just gonna start it off in Arizona. Doc.
All right, now this daytime video is pretty cool. It's a 52-second video, but unfortunately we only see in the first 12 seconds this object in the sky that just seems to be hovering there. And you can see features, kind of like what was it? The Nazi bell, or yeah, what was it called? I'm sure one of you guys will pick it up, but it looks like a bell or a milk canister. Kind of, if you see my little display up here, quite compelling. I wish they stayed on it a little bit longer, but you know. It's just a really cool video. I wish we had more footage of it. We could zoom in, because it's a daytime video. Now it doesn't look like a flying saucer. I will say, even though it doesn't look like a flying saucer, it looks like the teacup that would go on the flying saucer. So if you turn it upside down. So I've seen one or two other videos of an object similar to this in the past. I'd have to go through and search for it, but very similar. Those were spinning very, very slowly. This one I was paying attention for just that, and it didn't. It was very, very still. Could it be a tied down balloon for, a promotional thing, or could it be something that we're not familiar with yet? Don't know.
So after analyzing the video just a little closer, I'm realizing that this object isn't tethered down whatsoever. It's moving on its own free will, a little from left to right. What is this?
It reminds me of a 1990s film that was very popular. Not film, not movie. I'm talking about E.T. craft, alleged E.T. craft found on footage. And it's the same shape. It is just like a steel garbage can. The interesting thing was, in the 90s footage, they counter-rotated and it also touched the water. If I was to guess what this is, I would think this is possibly an extraterrestrial drone. I don't think it's something that we have now, unless we, of course, are using ET technology, or we found a way to break through gravity.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I have no clue on this one. This is really weird. Really, really weird. And I wish the camera person would have kept the camera on this. But now that I think about it, if I saw something this weird in the sky, I probably wouldn't be able to keep the camera still either. So I don't blame whoever took this video. I cannot explain what this, I mean, it looks like something hovering in the air. sort of, I guess it's sort of tube shaped, you know, so I don't know what kind of devices or what kind of craft could possibly look like that. I've definitely never seen a drone that looks like that. It looks like there's something on the side here. That's why I say it kind of almost makes me think of like a gallon jug of water. I mean, it's weird how it's just hanging in the sky like that. I mean, I want to know how long it was staying like this. I mean, what is this? This is so weird. To me, all I can write this off as is a glitch in the Matrix.
Alright, so this second video, I am not going to be as generous with this one as I am with the first one because I definitely think it's a hoax. I don't like the way the cameraman doesn't speak during the entire thing. What language it's in, it doesn't matter. There should be narrating. Takes the camera, moves it to the left, shakes a lot, there's some blurring going on. It's the typical, look at me, I can make a hoax video. That's what I feel. Now, if it's real, it would be extremely cool to see this video get the publicity it deserves, but to be honest with you, I'm not quite so sure. It's sitting in the same spot for a very long time, but the cameraman in a historic event moves the camera away many times. I think it's just somebody showing off their skills. That's it. I have nothing else to say. I think it's garbage. That's just me. I could be wrong. There are UFOs where they look fake and could be real, but I'm not taking any chances because there's no historic value with it. Nobody's focusing in on it like they should, and there's no narrating telling us anything about what they're seeing. So I call BS on this one.
You know, I just want to throw my 2 cents in on this one really quick before we get to Brent's opinion on this video. When I'm looking at it, I could tell, in my opinion, getting a little closer and doing the analyzation and enhancing it, I'm not seeing any deception whatsoever. I can say the cameraman needs a little bit of schooling on how to operate a camera, but you know, not everybody's a Spielberg out there. He was probably surprised, saw something, and you know, it's always a good idea to get different angles from left to right, up and down, just to show that the object is there. We're getting scale and we're getting reference. You know, there's a lot of amateur camera people out there, and some people are just pointing the camera at the object, not even focusing on the camera themselves, just kind of focusing on the object and then pointing their camera in a direction and not even paying attention whether they're shaking or not. Again, everybody has their own opinion, but I'm laying it down and I want to get your thoughts, everybody in the chat. Is this video genuine? I'm giving it a thumbs up. And I want to thank the YouTube channel, Roy Solil, who allowed us permission to share this. If you want to reach out to him, the original link's below. Ask him if he faked it. In my opinion, again, he did it. Now let's get to Brent.
Love these broad daylight sightings, and when we get them, we want to share it to you as fast as we can. I reached out to the person who shot this, and within 24 hours, we're able to share it right here at Third Phase of Moon. This reminds me of the Elon Musk, the hopper that he's going to launch to the moon and possibly Mars within the next couple years. What is this sort of technology? It looks like it's almost defying gravity.
Phase of Moon.
We're pulling a close-up on this. I don't see any tether.
Phase of Moon.
We've got Michael Surratt, a military aerospace historian, and he's got a massive amount of historic evidence that he's going to be sharing over the next few months right here at Third Phase of Moon. I say let's just get started, go out to Michael Surratt and hear of this incredible encounter with the Navy ship and a spacecraft that visits it. Michael, tell us about this incredible report.
Hi Blake, good to be with you today. I've got a very significant UFO encounter that I think is important to consider, and you better believe I've got the paperwork to back it up. So let me set the scene for you. It is late 1958, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. We have the USS FDR aircraft carrier, which was the first aircraft carrier to have nuclear weapons on board. And the time frame is 9 p.m., late 1958. All of a sudden, there's a tremendous amount of activity below decks. There's chaos, there's confusion, there's yelling. People are trying to get up to the flight deck. And when they got there, 25 naval personnel saw a strange light following the aircraft carrier. It was making unusual movements all around the carrier. And as it approached closer, this was not just a standard light. Turns out this was a 100-foot-long cigar-shaped craft. About 100 feet across. It had a number of square cutout windows, and the personnel on the flight deck, including the primary eyewitness, who was a man named Chester Grzinski. He was a fireman's apprentice at the time of the incident. He described how there were beings walking back and forth, and they could see that through these cutout windows. And one of these beings actually moved up to one of the windows and was looking down at the crew members below and waving like he was waving back. So, what do we have to back this up with? We've got the original MUFON report right here, and it describes the case in great detail. You can see the craft here above the flight deck, 25 naval personnel. This thing was so close that the people on the flight deck that could actually feel the heat coming off this craft onto their faces. They said they could absolutely feel the heat on their faces. In addition, as this craft departed, and here's a little bit of an enlargement view here, you can see the craft, and he's actually drawn an enlargement over in this section here, where the being was actually waving back to the crew members below. As it departed, it turned kind of an orange-yellow color and departed at a very high rate of speed, made no sonic boom whatsoever. This was also reported in a newspaper clipping that I have right here. This is Motor City News, Warren, Michigan, August 17th, 1998. They describe the entire case in great detail. Now, how do we make this come alive? What can we do? Well, I commissioned my good friend Tom Bogan to do a series of full-color illustrations on this particular case. Here's what we came up with here. So you can see the part of the aircraft carrier with the people on the flight deck, and here's the cigar-shaped craft. And then if we do an enlargement, we'll do a blow-up view. You can see the actual being looking at the people back on the flight deck. So this is late 1958, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and as we mentioned before, this is not the first time that the USS FDR had a number of significant UFO sightings. It was not an isolated incident. So in a nutshell, that's the Guantanamo Bay FDR case. Thanks a lot.
Michael, thanks so much for this incredible report. Michael's going to be sharing with us more historic case files in regards to the UFO phenomenon. Stay tuned for that. All right, Richard, I know this is new breaking news coming into Third Phase Moon. What's your thoughts on this video?
Wow. These doorbell cams are amazing sometimes. I mean, you catch things you normally wouldn't catch. And what set the doorbell cam off? Aren't they motion activated? I thought so. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I don't know. Maybe the guy's got a different kind of door cam that's on, but whatever it is, recorded something that looked like it was a shooting star. So this object comes out of the sky like a regular normal shooting star, hovers, and then takes off in a completely different direction. As that's happening, when it changes direction, another shooting star-esque object looks like it was trying to intercept it. Could it be these alien wars we've been hearing about? I don't know. There's supposed to be 59 species fighting it out. But if we caught something like that, it would be amazing. I think what this is bugs in the distance. They're just hitting the light from the porch maybe, and it's recording it, and because that's what makes sense. But it also looks like it's a shooting star UFO type of thing.
Dave Scott, I know this is kind of coming in fast as it does right here at Third Phase Moon, and you're looking at it in real time with us. What's your thoughts on this?
Ding dong. Yeah, I'm telling you, these doorbell cameras are not catching UFOs. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news here, everyone, but to me, it looks like bugs. And if you go back like 20 years, remember all these videos we saw of these fluttering rods? I think that's what we're seeing here, all right? Because the doorbell camera is not a high-resolution camera. It is not something that is going to capture something very much in focus, okay? Look, we see it all the time with filming. We see it all the time on the internet. This is very easy to reproduce. I think what we look like, although it is really interesting and cool, we are looking at bugs flying. Sorry, aliens. It's not you ringing the doorbell this time. I apologize. I really want it to be. However, not this time. The doorbell does not ring for extraterrestrials.
Okay, let's get to Doc Skinner from Rebel Underground Network. What's your thoughts? I just shared this video with you about an hour ago, and you're looking at it right now. What do you got?
Now, I've seen the doorbell footage. I actually have a doorbell camera, and I've seen a lot of footage from that as well. This was not a shooting star. It was not a comet, even though someone would think that, because they don't slow down and change direction. Also, the idea of it being a bug, I'm going to have to take that out of the equation, because, like I said, I've seen a lot of footage, and I've seen bugs fly in front of my camera. This was not that. Plus, I'd like to also point out the fact that the distance of this object, you can tell there's a way of seeing a depth that it is not right near the camera. This is out there in the sky. So this one's still a mystery.
Brent, this has just come in on my email. I think it's the first time the world's seen it. What's your thoughts on this video, Brent? That's right, Blake. We got this Gmail this morning. We were looking at this video and we said, well, let's get it out to the panel right now. So we're going over it, and my opinion, at first I thought this could have been a shooting star that came into view, but then what we just saw, it stopped in midair. It's completely unconventional what we're looking at. No sort of aircraft or drone could produce these kind of movements. So what is this? Could this just be an insect that captures the light from the porch reflecting onto an insect? Highly unlikely. What we're looking at, in my opinion, is something that's coming off from the distance, and it's coming in fast. Whatever it is, it's really unexplained at the moment. What a great catch today.
Man, I don't know. I don't like this. I don't know. Getting this information sometimes, all you find is what was sent to you, and it's amazing. I don't know what. I'll have to look into it. We'll probably do a further update maybe.
If you were to go back 2,400 years ago, you would have come across many pharaohs in Egypt, but there's one that stands out in the pack among all the pharaohs. His name is Akhenaten. When you look into his history and his DNA, some people speculate that he might not even be from this earth.
Akhenaten is a unique individual, so unique that he didn't want to be depicted as what he wasn't. He didn't want to be depicted in his prime muscular, because he wasn't. He may have been in his prime, but he wasn't muscular. He looked like he was weak, spindly arms and legs, a pot belly, an elongated head, almond-shaped eyes. There was a lot of things different about Akhenaten, and he may have come, from another planet.
A research team did 2 DNA samples from Akhenaten. Actually, one was taken from his brain tissue, and they had a conclusive result. Then they did a second test and extracted tissue from one of the bones. Then they came up with a conclusive report that Akhenaten's skull was twice as thick as an average human skull.
Let's just say it and get it over with, because it might be true. There may be some DNA spliced into us from him. I don't know. But he was unique, very unique. There were the DNA that they took from his bone. It had some healing qualities to it. It's just denser in the skull, different than any other mummy they found. That his skull was twice as thick, which is unbelievable. That means it's stronger. That means somehow, some way, they think that it was the sun, why a lot of Egyptians shaved their heads to get their skulls stronger, while Persians wrapped their heads up, and covered their heads from the sun. So they think it's possible that the sun may make your skull stronger.
And this result came out that Akhenaten's brain may hold a larger capacity of intelligence. Could this bloodline be passed on to the pharaohs, creating this higher being of intelligence, a hybrid, and the possibility of them using their high intelligence, creating these massive megastructures found in Egypt?
There was a study done in 2008. Professor Steve Fleischman, he wanted to see if the DNA had a strange anomaly to it, and they presumed they had the DNA of Akhenaten. So when they proceeded with the study, they found out that there was some kind of possible manipulation done to the DNA. When you're talking 2,400 years ago, how could they have even done genetic modification? It's impossible unless there was something that had intervention, like an alien race.
The Persians, when they got hit over the head, their skull just cracked wide open. If you hit one of the Egyptian soldiers in the head, you would just piss him off. You may stumble, make him stumble and get dazed, but that'll just make him madder. And that's unique to see that the skulls can be easily crushed compared, from Persians to Egyptians. It's a very unique individual. He's a very unique person. There's a lot of things about him that don't make sense, that could be alien-ish. And it makes you wonder, did he come down to this planet? Was he put here? Did he want to be put here and rule? I'd like to know who his parents were. I wonder if Blake and Brent have that information. I don't know. But I don't know.
The strange appearance of Akhenaten definitely doesn't look like any of the other pharaohs that preceded him. Why did he look like this? Did the artwork of the time misrepresent the pharaohs after him? Or did Akhenaten have his own unique appearance due to the unique DNA that he had in his blood? Where did this bloodline come from?
This is ancient alien theories, and the best we can do is go by what we're told. And what we're told is that he had a thicker skull, twice as strong, twice as long, twice as smart probably. He was very unique, depicted himself in his natural form, unlike any pharaoh of the time. It's an amazing story, and I hope it does mean that we are part alien, because I tell you what, I don't think humans are indigenous to this planet. We get suntan too easily. We need to wear clothing. Where did our fur go if we came from chimps or apes? Could have been Akhenaten. Could have been his DNA that changed everything. Maybe.
I believe there's a race of elongated skulls that were around the world, from Peru to Egypt and China. These weren't just simple bindings of a head. I think these were a genetic hybrid that created these intelligent beings. Could there be a genocide of these elongated skull people? At one point, there was a massive grave found of these Paracas skulls, all with their skulls crushed in as if they were murdered, and they were put into a pit. I do believe that they were eradicated from this planet because of their high intellect and technology and the misunderstanding of the common people at the time. And they revolted, unfortunately, and I think we did miss a big opportunity of heavy science and technology that we're missing today.
So who was this strange pharaoh? Was he genetically modified by an alien race? Was there a cover-up by his own son to destroy any evidence of his existence, whether it be manipulation by an alien race, or was he in his own right an alien species?
This is my favorite topic. I love ancient alien theories, and possible facts, because it has been said by ancient alien theorists, some archaeologists, and some Egyptologists who probably are hiding somewhere after they told the truth, because, you know, can't let the truth out to the public. And this may be one of those times. Akhenaten is a unique individual, so unique that he didn't want to be depicted as what he wasn't.
I want to thank everybody from around the world who joined us on this incredible episode. And if you've captured anything amazing, submit it to us right here at Third Phase of Moon. And if you want to get in touch with the panel members, their contacts are below. Check them out and tell them Third Phase of Moon sent you. Blake Cousins, we'll see you real soon.
Third